Wolf here, and today is a new Nancy Drew game for the channel. This one is the Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, my favorite one. Out of the early ones with this sort of layout, this is my favorite. Now, before I continue, I'm going to check to make sure I'm recording everything just fine. I'll be right back. Alright, we're good. Let's just start.
Welcome to my latest case.
Junior.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania.
Not a real place.
A gangster named Mickey
Unfortunately.
Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy. Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
One of your trees seems to have other plans for me.
What do you mean?
Let me put it this way. Unless someone who just happens to have a chainsaw just happens to come by, my car's not going anywhere.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna call someone that doesn't answer their phone.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in any hurry to leave.
You will be. Okay, look, I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
Why? What on earth do you think is going to happen?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Check out squeaking. Mice?
What is that?
That's an owl, man. That's an owl, Nancy. That is an owl. Okay, can you shut the fuck up, please? I love how there's a note over here telling you about the rotten...
This doesn't look very safe.
Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Rotten floorboards. Watch your...
I love how there's a note there telling you about the rotten floorboards. And to view it, you have to step on the rotten floorboards. Nancy, I'm really, really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Door is open. Make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car. Sally. P.S. My cell phone number is 215-555-5389. P.P.S. Please don't hate me. Ah, never. All-purpose bleach, something pine. Probably an all-purpose cleaner. Okay, I'm going to grab a walkthrough. I'm not going to look one up right now because I know a small bit of the game. See dead tree cut. Get tree cut down. You notice the clock watch, the stop.
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight. Something's out there.
Now look what you've done.
Not.
That was a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
Oh. What?
I'm sorry, but you startled me. What are you doing out here?
Birds. I'm trying to look for birds. What are you doing out here?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm staying in this house, and I heard a lot of weird noises, so I came out here to investigate.
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
Fuckhead. Give me a second, I'm gonna adjust my microphone. Much better. Now that it's mouth level instead of eye level, I'm much better.
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
You've met Sally?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
What do you think was scaring her?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone, both.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that.
Do you live close by?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kinda my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house.
One more thing. The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
Crap. By the way, I have a chocolate in my mouth, which may make me sound weird, but I have a chocolate in my mouth.
This is not good.
love how here they're green and in the original photo they're yellow. Who I am. I love this. I love all of it. I love the like early 1920s, the late 1920s and the early 1930s. Because I love this.
The boat's full of water.
I love the style of it, and I love the fact that there was a mass scheme of doing illegal shit.
Looks like paw prints.
Out there. And everyone knew it, yet no one could do a damn thing about it.
The spark plug is missing.
Plus 0, minus 0. Good. Spark plug's missing. Fuck. Okay.
This must be Red's observation platform.
Oh, come on, you can't look around? That's complete bullshit. What?
I don't need water right now. Those look too rotten.
Yeah, but that one doesn't. South, north, east, west, so it needs to be rotated this way. Back in those days, I don't believe there was such a thing as going undercover.
I better be careful.
House. I want to go to cemetery. So, from here, you go up and left. And now we go. I guess we can go up and left. Oh, no, yeah, up and left. Okay, and then go right, left, left, right. Fallen tree, go this way. Log, go up. Lost my way. Shit. Wait a minute. Find my way here. Stump. Okay. Oh, no, it was that stump. So I've gone the right way. Goodness. Uma Pearl. Piffin Path. Cedric Cosmo Cranky. Born April, I want to say 5th, 1813. Died June 21st, 1883. So he was 80 years. He was just over 80 years old. Or no, 2 months.
These look like dog tracks.
And this is Malone's. So Iggy, born 1919, died 1932. That's 28. He was 12 years old. Or 13. Yeah, he was 13. November 11th. No. My sister's birthday is 11/11. Born 22. 32, she was dead. Those were the ones I looked at. Vitus, or Vitus, one or the other. 24, 32. Damn, these two died on the same day. 1930, January 29th, 1932. 29th, they all died on the same day. That is sad. Okay, so I want to go down. Maybe we should pull up a map. So I'm going to go down that way. And then go reverse it, so I'm gonna go this way. Reverse it, I'm gonna go left. Didn't I lose myself here earlier? Yellow Ribbon, okay, I know Yellow Ribbon is Orange Bird. Yellow Ribbon is there, so go that way. Log, so go that way, which is right. Let's go exploring the area outside.
A face only a gnome could love.
Oh,
It's locked. Oh, the key broke off. There's got to be another way to get this open.
not very secure, yeah. It's not very secure if I can open it with a screwdriver. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. No, the mask has a set of gloves that go with it. Shit, where are the gloves are around here somewhere. I click. I shouldn't. It's auto move, so it's like, what the fuck? Does this one have it? see.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
When was the first time you saw the dogs?
I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance. But I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
When they appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Which 3 people?
Let's see, the park ranger, I forget his name, kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Your outboard motorboat is missing a spark plug. Is there one around here by any chance?
I wouldn't know a spark plug if I swallowed one whole. But you need that boat, Nancy. Right now, it's your lifeline. You can't use your car, and believe me, you can't walk anywhere because all the paths around the house end in this thick, horrible brush. You've got to get it fixed. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
The bird watcher, he's got a boat. Maybe you could borrow his spark plug or something. Go down the path that's to the right as you look out toward the lake from the house, and you'll eventually see his observation platform. Try him at night. He never seems to be around during the day.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
So you didn't go out there much?
No.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Who did you say I should call about getting rid of that tree?
Emily Griffin. She doesn't bother answering her phone sometimes, so don't call her. Go see her. Her store's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself, M's Emporium is something else.
Talk to you later.
Stay in touch.
Okay. She said they came every other night, so I should be safe tonight.
Well, It's Miss Nancy Drew.
Does that mean you'd like me to call you Mr. Red Knot?
All right then. Hello, Nancy. Now put a muffler on it, would ya? I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Did you say last night that you have an outboard motorboat?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Actually, I'd go there and do that.
You're not exactly a people person, are you?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds, of course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
I know I can.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Cigarettes? No.
These woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
Okay, and before I do anything else, I'm going to go inside and call the episode there, because this has been going on for roughly around 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. But yeah, I think I'm gonna catch you guys all later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great, wonderful day. Bye-bye.